Welcome to this special edition of Industry Insights. Today I'm talking to Roger Hancock, President and CEO of Recall Infolink.
Hi everyone. Today with me is Roger Hancock, CEO and President of Recall Infolink. And we're having a little bit of a different approach again today, because so first of all, we're going to talk about global solutions, and then we're going to take you someplace else, but wait and see until we get there. So hi, Roger. It's great to have you here today again. And as I said before, we would like to talk a little bit about why it is so important to protect consumers globally and do that specifically with global solutions. Not only, of course, consumers, but also brands. Why do you think that is so very important these days?
Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for having me. That's a big question, a global question, right? It's also a small question because the globe keeps getting smaller as our connectivity increases and our supply chains increase and the speed of moving products from one place to another decreases, goes faster. The speed increases, the time that it takes gets smaller. And so the importance, in my mind, really is kind of a infrastructure question. And the goods are still the goods, and they still need to be moved from one place to another. But how do we build an infrastructure that does three things really? One, moves them faster. Two, maintains their quality and their safety. And three, gives visibility to the path. So as I think of, how's this global supply chain working? And, we all know cars are global, not just food. Food is global. In today's world, we know that personal protective equipment is global. Pharmaceuticals are global. This isn't just a question of food. All kinds of goods are global goods. And so how do we support that global trade network with a better infrastructure? And what are the things we need to think about in building the infrastructure? Well, I think those are the three I think we need to think about. How do we continue to increase speed while we're transporting product? How do we maintain its safety and quality? And how do our systems give visibility to the path? Those are kind of the three legs of this global stool as I think about, what do we need global systems for?
Yeah, absolutely. And the challenge is that, of course, we're not experts in all of these. So we have to gather and we have to team up to really provide safety and quality in, let's just focus on food here.
No, I think it's worth emphasizing the point that you're making.
Yeah.
Because there's different kinds of work too.
Mm-hmm.
So within increasing the speed of movement, there's some technical work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Within maintaining the quality and safety of product during that movement, there's technical work that needs to be done. Within creating systems that give visibility, there's technical work that needs to be done. But to do all of that work together is a very adaptive problem. And so there's adaptive work that needs to be done there, and there's adaptive leadership that needs to be developed there, so that when the technical work gets done, it's done solving the adaptive problems, not just solving the individual technical problems.
Yeah,
it all has to come together.
Exactly. And we need experts in all fields. So, I mean, if we stick with traceability, it's good to have some sort of solution, let's say a blockchain solution. So we need an expert in having a blockchain solution. Then when it comes to communicating, we need someone there, and transportation. So it's all, we all should be working together, combine our knowledge, our expertise, to in the end protect consumers globally, because that's what we're really after. I mean, the companies, the food industry, the companies are all really huge, and they are not usually not only operating in one country, but they're spread globally. So their food and their processes just reach out to everyone, no matter where you're located. And so we want to make sure that we have the same quality no matter where we are on the globe.
It's an excellent point of view. And this is why I am pointing to the adaptive work. It's adaptive work that needs to be done, as well as the technical work. Because you're absolutely right. There are hundreds of companies that manufacture products that are sold in more than one country and in more than one continent.
Yeah, right.
And building a system, creating this adaptive environment that works for them is important.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't leave out the blueberry farmer that grows blueberries in Oregon. And that's the livelihood of the blueberry farmer, is the blueberries. And those blueberries are distributed mostly locally, and they're mostly consumed locally. And so when we think about solving this problem, the adaptive work is bringing all of these different voices to the table so that we can solve the problem for the blueberry farmer while we solve the problem for the multinational conglomerate.
Yeah, and that is a huge challenge, as we all know, bringing everyone on board and satisfying everyone's needs and requirements. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And speaking of global big players and multinational companies, there's this really great trade show happening next week, and this is exactly
Anuga.
Yeah, Anuga. That's exactly why we're here today, because that is a great example of, you know, bringing all different countries and continents together, and, you know, just exchanging ideas and coming together and find a solution for everyone. And so this is really great, and we're going to be there. And I'm not sure you knew that, Roger, but I did a little bit of research, and so I found out that the very first Anuga took place in 1919, and it was
I didn't know that.
in Stuttgart, and they started this whole Anuga, this it's not an annual event, it's every second year, and they started hosting that in Cologne in 1924. And so that is it. I mean, it goes back for years and years, and it's of course constantly growing. So I'm really exciting that you and I finally get to travel again, and go there and meet with a lot of very interesting companies. And it's not just food processors or farmers. I mean, there are also going to be farmers or associations, but Anuga also partners with several federal associations. And let me just, because I tried to translate that in English so that everyone understands it. And one is the BVLH, which I translated into Federal Trade Association for Food. Also BVE, Federal Association of the German Food Industry, and DEHOGA, the German Hotel and Restaurant Association. So they're all going to partner with Anuga, and it's going to be a huge event. And hopefully we'll get to talk to a lot of companies there. And what do you? I mean, I think it's your first time at Anuga, right?
We've been to Anuga Tech.
Yeah, but that's
the first,
a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first Anuga. Well, kind of to carry on the idea that I started with, I'm going to be listening for people who are looking to solve the adaptive problem of recalls globally compared to the people who want to solve the recall problem technically for their operation. Now, it's 100% true that there needs to be both.
Yeah.
There needs to be the technical solution for a company so that they can protect their brand and protect their consumers, and keep as much control over their products and their supply chain and their economics as possible. But as you started this call, there's also an adaptive problem of how do we solve that recall problem when the language is different, when maybe not only the language, but maybe the terms of commerce are a little bit different. Maybe mock recall means something in the US, but it doesn't mean anything in Europe. We have to be aware of those kinds of things. So I'm going to be listening for who wants a technical solution, which we can help them with, and who wants an adaptive solution that we're participating in the conversation with. So it's going to be an exciting event, I think, and I'm looking forward to both having structured meetings that are set up and just the value and really the beauty of people coming together. You never know who you're going to bump into and have an interesting conversation that leads to all kinds of creative places.
Exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that is something that I'm also very much looking forward to. I've taken a look at all the exhibitors that are going to be there, and it's very promising, very interesting. But of course, you never know who's going to visit, not being an exhibitor. Right. Lots of great conversations happening, I'm sure, and lots of new connections, I'm hoping. So yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to that. So everyone out there listening and watching, we're happy to meet with you. So if you just reach out to us via LinkedIn or send us an email, we're happy to set up meetings, or just, as Roger said, bump into you anytime. Happy to do that. And I think, thank you very much. That's it for today. And I'm very happy that you took the time to do this interview with me today, Roger.
And I'll just close by saying, whether it's a technical solution that you're looking for or an adaptive conversation that you want to be a part of, our contribution is one of service. So we can serve you for a technical solution. We can serve the greater community, the greater dialogue, the greater discussion, solving problems. And so we look forward to developing relationships where we can bring that service to our partners. Thanks for having me, Stephanie.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Have a great day. Thank you.
Right. Bye. Bye-bye.
This has been today's episode of Industry Insights with my guest, Roger Hancock. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you again soon. Bye.